Hello everyone, my name is Alekhya, Assistant Professor in Cybersecurity Department. So today our topic is on proxy servers and anonymizer. What is proxy server and anonymizer and what are the differences among them and what are the types among them? Let us discuss today. So the contents are what is the proxy server and the types and anonymizer. So first one, proxy server. So first of all, it is a server that acts as an intermediary for requests from clients seeking resources from other servers. So they want to send the request to other servers, but here the proxy server, it acts as the real one. It acts as the real one as it is like a part of intermediary for the requests. And here a client connects to a proxy server and they are trying to request some service. So here what the clients do, here it tries to, like the client tries to connect to a proxy server and they are requesting some services. So like they want some files, connections or web pages or other some availables so that are different from different server. And here the proxy server evaluates the request as their way to identify and control its complexity. So it mainly controls the complexity. It acts as a, so here the proxy server, it is nothing but some intermediary. It acts as an intermediary for requests from clients. For example, if a client wants some request, so he sends some request to the server. So by not going directly to the server, first it will approach for the proxy server. Like that. And here the proxies were invented to add structure and encapsulation to like distributed services. It mainly adds some features like the structures and the encapsulation to the distributed systems within the organization. And today most proxies are web proxies. So we're having different types of proxies like web proxies, internet proxies, or any types mail proxies, human proxies or phone proxies. Like that we are having so many types of proxies all over the world. And here mainly here the proxies are like web proxies. They are mainly facilitating access to content on the World Wide Web. So they mainly trying to access the content within the World Wide Web and they are providing anonymity, making no knowledge for the user or the vendors, the clients. So these proxy server is also make so many issues for connection or so the main disadvantage is if they are using proxy servers, it will slow down the internet or it will make use of that service and they'll try to gather the information. And this is one example. Like here we are having two systems like who are using like Alice and Bob. So where here first ask Bob what the current time is. So here asking for the proxy server. Alice is asking for the proxy server. So what is the current time? And what is the current time? That question is going to the Bob. So it is not directly going. It is going through the proxy server. And he will give the answer and it will be sent to the Alice. So he will not do anything here. He is just collecting the information. He is just collecting the information. The proxy server, it is just collecting the information. And what are the types of proxies? So let us discuss. So first, a proxy server may reside on the user's local computer or at various points between the user's computer and some destination servers on the internet. So but it will come through the internet itself. The server will come through the internet itself. What is the proxy? Proxy server, it may reside. It may reside on the user's local computer or at various points where the user's computer is using through the internet. And here a proxy server that passes requests and response unmodified is usually called gateway or sometimes a tunneling proxy. So if the proxy server is responding without any modifications within the content, is nothing but gateway. It is nothing but a gateway or a tunneling proxy. And next one, a forward proxy. Another type, a forward proxy. It is a internet facing proxy using to retrieve from a wide range of sources. Most cases anywhere on the internet. So what it will do, like it is an internet facing proxy, they'll try to retrieve from a wide range of resources. So if they're having n number of resources, they'll try to collect the data, they'll try to drag the information from n number of resources, like that. And next one, reverse proxy. So here another type, reverse proxy is usually an internet facing proxy used as a front end to control and protect access to a server on a private network. So they mainly affect on the private network. Where they'll try to use as a front end, and they mainly control and protect the access. They'll try to control and protect the access to a server. And next one, a reverse proxy is commonly also performs tasks like load balancing, authentication, decryption or caching, like that. So what it will do, either it will load the balancing, authentication, so who is the original user, like that, and decryption or caching. So these are the tasks that were performed by the reverse proxy. And next one, open proxies. So this is one type of proxies. Like an open proxy is a forwarding proxy server. Forwarding proxy server that is accessible by any internet user. So it will be accessed by any internet user. And here one of the person Gordon Lyon estimates that there are hundreds of thousands of open proxies over the internet. So over the internet itself, there will be so many proxies. So it may be the websites or the servers or anything, URLs, like that. So it will looks like the same, but it is not same. And an anonymous open proxy, it allows users to conceal their IP addresses while browsing the web or using other internets. So they'll try to so many open proxies, they'll allow the users to conceal their IP address. So they'll try to take the IP addresses. So from where the searching is done or the service taking or the service response is coming. So all these details will be collected. And there are varying degrees of anonymity. However, as well as a number of methods like tricking the client into revealing that itself regarding of the proxy being used. So see here we are having some internet, so where proxy server is acting as an intermediate between two servers or the two internets. One may be the client, one may be the server, anything, but it acts as an intermediate. So it is nothing but open proxies. And next one, reverse proxies. So reverse proxy are a surrogate. So it is a proxy server that appears to clients as an ordinary server. So it is just like an ordinary server. And requests are forwarded to one or more proxy servers for handling the requests. So many requests are forwarded to one or more proxy servers. And next one, the response. The response from the proxy servers is returned as if it is like it came directly from the original server. See here, the response will be the response coming from the proxy server. So it is exactly like the original server. So leaving the client that no knowledge of the original server. So here the client will not have the complete knowledge about the original server. And where the proxy servers, they'll try to act as a original server and they'll try to communicate or they'll try to connect with the particular users. And here reverse servers are installed in the neighborhood of one or more web servers. So which are related to the web servers they are searching for, and the reverse proxies will be installed in that particular servers. This is like all traffic coming from the internet and with the destination of one of the neighborhood's websites go through the proxy server. And here the use of reverse originates in its counterpart forward proxy, since the reverse proxy sits closer to the web server and serves only restricted set of websites. only for the some set of websites only they'll try to use the reverse proxy. So see here, it is one example where it is having it is a proxy server where it is connected to only some set of web servers, where it is connected to the internet. So through the internet, if there is any server, if there is any communication has to be done to that particular web server, this proxy server acts as an intermediary. So it is one of the reverse proxy. Next one. So we are having so many reasons for installing reverse proxy servers. So on them, one of them is encryption or SSL acceleration. So encryption or SSL acceleration is nothing but, here SSL is nothing but secure socket layer, and here the SSL acceleration is nothing but it is like there will be one device which is configured through the internet. The server will be connected for encryption and decryption indication. To mainly indicate the encryption and decryption within the internet, the one device will be used which is having the configured device will be used for mainly indicating the encryption and decryption. And when secure websites are created, the SSL encryption is often not done by the web server itself. So it will be not done by the web server itself, but by a reverse proxy that is equipped with SSL acceleration hardware, acceleration hardware. So see here we are having secure socket layer. So further, a host can provide a single SSL proxy. So a single SSL proxy can be provided by the host to provide SSL encryption for an arbitrary number of hosts, removing the need for a separate SSL server certification for each host. So they'll try to remove the need for separate SSL server certification. So within the downside that all the hosts behind the SSL proxy, they have to share a common DNS name or IP address or SSL connections. So here where SSL proxy, what they will do, they'll try to share a common name, common DNS name. So common some domain name and IP addresses or for IP addresses for these SSL connections. And the problem can partly be overcome by using subject ALT name feature of X509 certificates. So the problem can be overcome by using these certificates. And next one, load balancing. So these are all the reasons for installing reverse proxy servers. And load balancing. What is load balancing? The reverse proxy can distribute the load to several web servers, each web server serving its own application area. In such a case, like a reverse proxy may need to rewrite the URLs in each website. What they have to do? They have to rewrite the URLs in each website they were connected. And next one, serve or cache static content. So it is also another reason, like a reverse proxy can offload the web servers by caching static content. By caching the static content like pictures or other static graphical content. This is another reason. And compression. So the proxy server can optimize and compress the content to speed up the load time. To speed up the load time, the proxy servers, they'll try to optimize and compress the content. So as much as they can. And spoon feeding. So it also reduces resource usage by slow clients on the web servers by caching the content the web server sent and slowly spoon feeding it to the client. So this especially benefits dynamically generated pages. And next one, security. The proxy server is an additional layer of defense and can protect against some OS and web server specific attacks. However, it does not provide any protection from attacks against the web application or server itself. So which is generally considered as largest theft. Okay. And next one, like extranet publishing. So it is another reason. A reverse proxy server facing the internet can be used to communicate to a firewall server. So internal to an organization, providing extranet access to some functions while keeping the servers behind the firewalls. So it is mainly to communicate to a firewall servers. And if used in another way, security measures should be considered to protect the rest of the infrastructure in case this server is compromised, as its web application is exposed to attack from the internet. So this is extranet publishing. And another some reasons, like if the destination server filters the destination server within the internet, it filters content based on the origin of the request. The user proxy can like circumvent this filter. It can change the filter feature. And for example, a server using IP based geolocation. So if the server is using IP based geolocation to restrict its services to a certain country, so that can be accessed by using a proxy located in that country to access the service. Okay, it is one of the example. So if there is a server using IP based geolocation to restrict its services, so they want to restrict the services only for certain part, and that can be accessed by using proxy located in that country to access the service. And next one, web proxies. So web proxies are the most common means of bypassing government censorships. Although no more 3% of the internet users are any circumvention tools, and in some cases users can circumvent proxies which filter using blacklists, using services designed to proxy information from a non-blocklisted location. And another examples, like proxies can be installed in order to eavesdropping upon the data flow between client machines and the web. So for the servers and the client, they can be installed because of the eavesdropping. And all content that can send or accessed, like including passwords that were submitted and cookies used, that can be captured and analyzed by the proxy operator. So this proxy operator, what it will do? So it will send the all contents or access it, like all the passwords, all the cookies that were used within the website. And for these reasons, passwords to online services should always be exchanged over the cryptographically secured connection. So by using SSL, we can exchange the passwords. And by chaining proxies which do not reveal data by the original requester, it is possible to obfuscate activities from the eyes of the user's destination. So, however, more traces will be left on the intermediate hops, so which could be used or afford to be trace the user's activities. And if the policies and the administrators of these other proxies are unknown, the user may fall victim to a false sense of security just because those details are out of sight and mind. So those details cannot be known to the particular victim. And here, in what is more of the inconvenience than a task, proxy users may find themselves being blocked from certain websites. And as number of numerous forms and websites block IP addresses from proxies, they known to have spammed or trolled the site. And proxy bouncing can be used to maintain your privacy. So proxy bouncing can be used for securing the privacy. And we are having so many reasons for why we have to install the reverse proxy within the systems. So this is all about proxy. And next one, Anonymizer. What is Anonymizer? So it is also known as anonymous proxy. Is a tool that attempts to make activity on the internet untraceable. So here the proxy server can be traceable easily, where this anonymizer, it cannot be traced easily. So this the anonymizer, it is one of the tool that attempts to make activity on the internet which is untraceable. And it is a proxy server computer that acts as an intermediary and privacy shield. So it also acts as an intermediary and privacy shield between the client computer and rest of the internet. So it is acts as an intermediary between the client and the rest of the internet. So for communication purpose. And it accesses the internet on the user's behalf, protecting personal information by hiding the client computer's identifying information. So it is very beneficial for the internet users. And what are the types within that? So protocol specific anonymizers. So it sometimes anonymizers are implemented to work only with a particular protocol. So the main advantage is that no extra software is needed if we are using anonymizer. And the main operation occurs in this manner. So first a connection is made by the user to the anonymizer. So this is the process. First what it will do? A connection will be made between the user and the anonymizer. And commands to the anonymizer are included inside a typical message. This is the second step. Commands to the anonymizer are included within the typical message. And third step, when coming to it, the anonymizer then makes the connection to the resource specified by the inbound. So inbound common and realize the message with the common stripped out. And here the example is the protocol specific anonymizer. So what is the protocol specific anonymizer? So it is the anonymizer remailer for email. So also note that these web proxies and bounces for FTP and IARE. So for file transfer protocols, for all these things, they can use this protocol specific anonymizer. So this is one process for how we have to connect for the how the user can connect to the anonymizer. And protocol independent anonymizers. This is another type, protocol independent anonymizers. So where protocol independence, they can be achieved by creating a tunnel to an anonymizer. So it will create a tunnel to an anonymizer. So the technology to do varies. The differences will be done through the technologies. So protocols used by anonymizer services may include SOCKS, PPTP or VPN like that. So in this case, either the desired application must support the tunneling support, or a piece of software must be installed with the force of all connections through the tunnel. So all connections through the tunnel, they have to connect to the this piece of software. And these web browsers, FTPs and IRCs, the clients often support SOCKS for these sockets for example. So unlike Telnet. So these are some types. And when coming to the keywords, proxy. First one, what is proxy or proxy server? So it acts in intermediate between the user and the internet, and it delivers, or it will be respond to the messages or the services. And what is anonymizer? So it is all the set of tools like the proxy server. It is a set of tools, or we can say that set of servers. So where it acts as the intermediate between the user and the server, like same as the proxy. And what is SSL acceleration? So SSL acceleration is nothing but this server's secure socket layer will be there. So this secure socket layer, the acceleration, so the hardware, they'll take one device, the device which is configured, that will be used for indicating the encryption and decryption within the internet. So for mainly for encryption and decryption indication, they'll use this SSL acceleration through the internet, which is through the device that was configured through the internet. This is SSL acceleration. So today what we have discussed? So we have discussed about the proxy servers. So what is proxy server and some examples, and what are the types of proxy servers, and what is the open proxy server and reverse proxy server. What is open proxy server? So this proxy server is forwarding proxy servers that is accessible by the internet user. Whereas the reverse proxy server is the server that appears to the clients as an ordinary server, but its requests are forwarded to one or more proxy servers which handle the request. So that single request will be sent to more proxy servers in reverse proxies. So this is the example for this reverse proxy server. And SSL acceleration, so where secure websites are created through the SSL encryption, that is often not done with the web server itself, but it is by the reverse proxy that is equipped with SSL acceleration. So we are having some secure sockets like that, and the types, the reasons for installing the reverse proxy server within the local computers are encryption, load balancing, serve or cache static content, compression, spoon feeding, security, extranet publishing, and some other reasons like using IP based geolocations, or some circumvent proxies, and some destination server filters. So these are all the reasons proxies can be installed in order to eavesdropping. So someone who is hearing our who is having some eye on, or who are observing our activities within the organization is nothing but eavesdropping. And all this content will be sent or accessed through, including passwords that are and cookies that were used, that can be captured and analyzed by the proxy operator. And the what is proxy bouncing means, it will be used to maintain the privacy. Anonymizer, so anonymizer is nothing but a tool that attempts to make activity on the internet and which is untraceable. And the process for like what is so the operation occurs like this manner, like a connection will be run for the user and the anonymizer. So commands to the anonymizer are included in the typical message. An anonymizer that makes a connection to a resource specified by the inbounds command and relays the message with the command stripped out like that. So thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.